I think in the industry we have a trend. Now, in the telco world, that's a trend. This trend is about how do we do campaigns better. I believe it's on everybody's mind, and we do have a lot of requirement from a lot of telcos. So in our Catalyst program, we have 3 keywords. We do real-time campaign that addresses the very fundamental requirement. The second keyword is about data monetization. You're not doing campaign just for your own system, your own customer. You're doing this with your business partners. So that's very important. And the third keyword we're using here is the open API. So basically, if you are trying to do this with more and more industries that come in, play your game, the game you created, the rule that you created, well, it's less likely to succeed if you can have a vehicle that is like a common language in the community. So a little bit about our champions. We have China Mobile, we have Telenor. But campaign, at the end of the day, is about recommendation. But there's different ways, different efficiencies, different accuracy, different precision level that you can do it. So China Mobile and Telenor, they have different problems. They are on different stage of developing such capability. So we had a vision. And this vision is something we share among China Mobile, Telenor, us. So this vision ultimately is artificial intelligence is the actual vehicle. Lift the efficiency and also industrialize AI. This is the ultimate purpose, to industrialize a lot of work that is expensive, slow from the data administrations and data miners. That's something we can only do with a 3-4 weeks time to come up with some productivity or actual usable results. So new technology comes in. We want this technology to actually first solve the efficiency problems we have. Like we do a lot of campaigns, we do targeting customer. The targeting tool is extremely difficult for a lot of people to actually find the relevant customer. Now, if you have 1 million or 10 million users, you still have to do a lot of scripting. You go to your database, try to find the right expression, right combination of criteria to get the right set of customers. So this is efficiency. In Telenor, we have a lot of people using different set of tools, doing different targeting, trying to accomplish the same business goal. That's chaotic, typical, but chaotic. Efficiency, China Mobile has surpassed a lot of, in a lot of perspective in terms of efficiency. They're at around revenue generation. Once they're efficient in certain tasks, in certain ways, they can start collaborating with their business partners. We have something to talk about, and about cross-industry with banking, with tourism, with education. And when that comes in, you have your business partners, you have run the system for 2 years, you have a lot of data that you can run against to get your AI start learning. So that's our vision, and this is our reality. So we had 2 champions. The first champion, they started with customer search engine. We call it this way because we have a unique technology. We have a nickname, it's called digital DNA. So all of a sudden, everybody understands what it is. But our own term is called vector tag. It's a vector of tags, literally just like that. Now, this vector is from the most static to the most dynamic of tags. You just keep appending this. Right now in the system, we reserve 4,000 tags to describe one single person so that you really have plenty of information. So the schema has 4,000. But in reality, one operator probably have like 600. Like here, I'm trying to give examples. That you have multiple data sources. You don't expect one single system to have all the information. So you have probably your own database that has a brand, ARPU, or some other attributes, age, gender, all those things. And you have some other system, a little bit more analytical, telling you the loyalty points, or telling you the roaming status. Yeah, something. But more dynamic. Where this particular customer location is right now, or in the past 5 minutes, what the track will be, was. So those are the things that are more dynamic. And something is even, we have such a tag. Are you in a meeting? We just call it such a tag because we understand from the gyroscope how your phone is placed. We understand from the traffic, how you are using your phone, which app you're using. We know that we're telco. So we're able to just put a tag in meeting. We just assume that. It's not facts, but we assume that based off of what we learned from the customer. So that's a vector tag. Coming back to this. So we have a customer search engine. This engine is cherry picking the right tag to create a combination so that you have a filter to filter out the relevant customer you're looking for. So eventually it's still the same thing, expression, composition. But the beauty part is you can just extend this tag on the fly. Say, for example, you have a new tag. You just create a new tag. We have a demo. You can go down and see at level 2. You want to create a tag called mood. You want to you probably have a way to understand the mood, and you're running some campaign against people's mood. So you can create that on the fly, and you can also capture the information on the fly, and you literally can just push that campaign within just minutes. So that's what it is. It's not a fixed set of data. It's extensible. It's a vector of text that is ever growing. So Telenor is here. They're trying to get the right customer search engine to be able to at least identify the right segmentation. And then after that, we have new revenue generation. This is how it works. I was required by the committee to talk more about it. So we'll probably keep coming back to this page, but I'll go to this. Just really quickly. We have 2 endorsement mentions from China Merchant Bank and Agriculture Bank of China. They cannot come. They are not Telenor Forum members, but they're super excited they can actually work with China Mobile to actually develop some business model. So this is what it is. China Mobile created a platform. Sorry, I believe this slides is they wanted to use for publishing purposes, so there are a lot of words on it. Just don't mind it. So I'll explain. They can actually use this system, giving this system to banks. This is China Mobile's system. They provide such system as a service to banks so that they can run their campaign with the information they don't have. So all these information are what is the right filter for that is relevant to a bank to run their car rental product, precious metal product. They have their own logic. Telco doesn't know. But what telco know is a lot of actual information. And then when they do that, they have customer filter API. This is how it's done. China Mobile has an integration option platform for everybody to collaborate. When they are on this platform, they get access right to the system. So the data is not visible or accessible to the business partners. But they can use the filter to find the relevant people. And then they have all this telco basic services, essentially CMS. You just configure your advertisement in our CMS, and you can use every channel. Telco channel, your own channel, as long as it's a channel we can access and talk to. So this creates a new business model that has 3 ways of settling with your partner. First off, by volume, how many times you're using the service, or by the actual effectiveness of the campaign. Because you can run attribution, you understand how well the campaign is doing, or if the whole loop is online, you can close by having an actual order, you have commissions. No matter how big or small this segment business is, it's new. It depends on you, the telcos, to be able to do something about that. So that's our second phase. We're generating new revenue. And the third one is AI, which is something we're trying to talk more about in this catalyst. This is how we inject. We call it injection of catalyst because we have injected our catalyst to the search engine part for Telenor, and we injected AI for China Mobile, which they have already done a lot of external collaboration. So AI run we have 3 stages also in the AI part, 3 little ones. Now, these are the summary of the result. I'll just talk through this. The very first stage is to actually be the advisor. You still run your team. You still have your team run your campaigns, channels, and everything. But in CSP, everything's competitive. App becomes popular. Everybody wanted to push their campaign through the apps. Nobody cares about short messages anymore. But is that right? Do you have the data to prove that you chose the right channel to push this campaign? So artificial intelligence will, in the very first stage, be the advisor, telling you, you know what, a lot of people don't really use the app, stop using the very competitive channel, but rather use Alexa. We have our partner here, Awarex, who brings our capability to Alexa. You can talk to your Alexa and get the right campaign. And, that was a question. And the second is actually automation. When the vector tech or digital DNA, we accumulate our knowledge about it. Just remember that cherry pick of which few ones have a certain combination. That's a theme. And that theme can reapply to a lot of a similar business that you're running, similar campaigns. So when that becomes proven by data, by your authority, by the content that you created, predefining content, and the advertisement and whatnot, you can run it fully automated. You just have to approve, yeah, please run it. But they can pick the right filter, get the right customer, run the right content through the right channel. That's what we're trying to do with AI, which is scary if you think about a little. It's just like the airline yield management, similar thing. The price of every seat is now purely automatic, but it involves a lot of human work 20 years ago for airlines, right? So this is what we're trying to do. We're focused on that. So the next step for us is to industrialize AI. That's the key mission. The industrialization of AI relies on how big scale of operation you run, how many accumulated patterns, algorithms, and you actually can run against, and how many results you get that you can do your against your historical attribution of campaigns, successful rate of all that. So we have a lot of collaborations. Asianfo is a backend data scientist among these roles. Awarex, our partner, is the front end, who does Facebook, who does Alexa, all those. They do apps extremely well. So extend that capability to renders into different experience in different channels, so that we can understand this channel is relevant to this person. Even there's a very small amount of people using Alexa, we are able to reach them, right? And we also have partners called Data-U. Data-U is another player who does a lot of artificial intelligence, but in a different domain. They're in a more commercialized environment. They do education, they do tourism, and the most important thing is us together breaking through the banking system and the CSP. Once they start to actually become the alliance, running campaigns, they're unstoppable. CSP knows almost everything about your life, and UnionPay, one of the companies, they almost know every single payment you make through your card. So all of a sudden, you're a transparent person in the world. So what's next? What we're planning is to actually have new emerging business running with our old algorithms that we get from the campaigns we run before, so that we can see it really predicts if this new business is relevant. How can we actually use the old models to predict the new ones? And we have commercialized AI services. China Mobile has certain services reserved for AI only. They're determined to see that the future of AI. And we actually wanted to submit a change request to Telemann Forum in terms of open API, because there's one particular way that banks are working with CSP. That is, the bank has a superset of a customer list, and they had an expression ready. So that way, they're not using CSP system. They're using their APIs. This API doesn't exist in the TMF forum yet, but we wanted to submit this change request because I give you the superset and the conditions. Can you use your knowledge to tell me a subset in the superset which ones are that actually being somehow filtered out with my expression? I know there will be controversy around it. Can you send customer ID to a party? But this is done in Alipay and China Mobile today. So it's not against the law, but for a lot of countries, it's in a frowned upon kind of basis. But nobody knows. It's a new bundle. It benefits these players, but yeah, something worth mentioning. And we have because of the time, we are only use 6 weeks. We can only do 3 use cases and demonstrations, but we have definitely more use cases and more collaborations coming. So I have Telenor, I have our WebEx partners here. We're open for questions. Questions? Come on. So who among you guys are actually from CSPs? Who among you guys actually have a lot of data and don't know how to monetize those? Data is a power. Okay. So who among you guys actually have the potential industrial domain that we can work together? You guys want us to run campaign, but don't have the information to run them.
With the new PSS, we have improved quality of customer data. So before it was spread out across different systems, and then you always have the same problems with synchronization. You have different information in different systems, even though it should be the same. So that level of data cleanliness makes it a lot easier to actually work together with companies like Asia Info in vector tag and stuff like that to make sure you have the quality you need to actually get the right triggers for the right customers. So I think that's a prerequisite before you really can go further. You need a clean slate of data before you can start exposing it to the world around you.
So no more questions? All right.
I have one question.
Sure.
I don't know if I understand correctly, but you said that you only implemented one AI use case, right?
Yes.
Can you elaborate a little bit more on the use case?
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
If I understand correctly.
Okay. So I think AI, first off, let's see the goals. We have 3 levels of goals. The very first one is to be the advisor of operation staff. The second one is to run some fully automated campaigns. The third one is actually have the even content, even the advertisement fully automated and created by the artificial intelligence. They even know which actually opener, greeting, they should pick from the system. So what they did, they did 3 things. One is they go with a production level AI in the very beginning. Now, I don't have the non-disclosable information here, but I probably can mention a few public figures. The system has been running ever since 2016. It runs against 35 million users. Every user has at least 600 information, 600 tags in the vector, and we have 11,000 campaigns in the system at any given time. So to figure out how many patterns are in there is a very tedious work. So they use one very good data miner to come with one very sensible campaign combination. So policy is created. The policy means which customer, which product, which channel. So that creates a policy with variables that you need to fill in. And this data miner came in and did one, and one only. And we use this one to compare, okay, machine, please learn this, and compare to a random conversion ratio. We just randomize a number so that we can see if the computer is doing better than random. And we pass that really quickly, 2-3 days. We can already compete with the random figure. And then we can have an operation expert come in. Please create a campaign. Of course, a similar campaign as the data miners, that is actually the answer of it. So the staff says, okay, I like this channel, I like that attribute, and I like this product. Let me create a policy that says, okay, product A, customer this set, and then these channels. He just runs it like his mundane job, And we had that, and we beat that. So already, the data miner created a rule. The machine learns only about 10 similar rules, and it's already able to beat that. And then technology is ready. We use Spark ML Lib to do a large scale. We're not in the lab doing experiment. We want to go production from day one because we have that many users, that many campaigns, that much data. So this is what we did. And we concluded May the 8th because the Catalyst program needed to close. So we just closed last week, and we are trying to validate this with historical campaign data. So we have a lot of campaign attribution data and actual historical order data that we can run against to see if this algorithm is able to capture the essence of what we created before. Can you outperform what we've done before? And then they have already put in the pipeline which new business and emerging business they wanted to run AI only. From day one, they don't use people. They use, of course, those are very trivial, marginal, non-important businesses they're running just to try it out, probably in this June. So that's why I said there's a lot of new use cases and collaborations coming just to see that. Now, you see, actually before coming, I'm ready for 3 reactions from the audience. The very first one is, you guys don't disagree with this at all. You guys would just say, CSPs will be dumb pipes. Stop creating sophistications for yourselves. You will have 1 or 2 price plans, you will have 1 or 2 products, and that's the end of your day. Especially when 5G comes, they are their own business, you can stop doing this. I have expectation of that. Luckily, you guys are not harsh on this topic. The second is, you don't agree on this one in terms of, okay, it's fine. AI will be no different than my expert because I have only 5 products, I have 3 channels, I can do the math with Excel spreadsheet. AI is not, it's another nonsense. I can respect that, but the third reaction will be, you agree to this, you actually share the same vision, we can go down the same path with our differences, and then let's see how can we actually have a proper discussion on. That will be not cost efficient. Please skip that step, because at least we can tell which step is not cost effective based off of our experiences. All right, so, all right.
What's your booth number? Do you know? You're downstairs, right? Yeah. Okay, go and look for these guys downstairs. Bring all your questions, and I'm sure that they will walk you through a demo personally for you guys. That brings our Catalyst Theatre to a close for today, but tomorrow we've got a full day of more innovation, more Catalyst, more collaboration, more exciting solutions to be seen. So please do pop up. I know you've all got busy days, but pop up and have a look. Check the agenda on the app and online, and have a good evening. It's happy hour downstairs, and maybe here in an hour. Enjoy.